Okay, today is Friday the 13th, and I am here getting, I believe it would be my 8th session of radiation. I'll have to look at that because I didn't record anything yesterday. I'm still here. It's become very routine, although we had a rudimentary crew today, and I noticed that the machine, which usually makes these 4 buzzing noises, only made 2. It usually starts out on the first side, on my left side, making these 2 noises, and then it moves over me, and it goes on to the right side and does it twice again. I noticed that it didn't do that today. It only did it on when it reached my right side. So I hope everything is okay there. It probably is. I wanted to discuss actually the whole thing with I have to reschedule actually for Derek, because I need to take him to the Scully doctor in order for them to see about his feet and mostly his back and scoliosis, because that would affect him getting into the armed forces the way he wants to get into them. And so to get into that, I've felt kind of a little anguished. I'll discuss it some other time. I just did a rehearsal for this, and I don't feel like talking about that anymore. But it's just, there's some rhetorical things that go on. I've learned not to ask any rhetorical questions, because there are people who I'm surrounded by who don't understand what that means, or they don't answer any questions straight. If you ask, is it raining outside? One will tell you, well, you see me putting on this jacket, right? Instead of just saying, yes, it's raining and therefore I'm putting on a jacket. It's as if you're stupid or something. Things are much better. I mean, we have peace, but that still goes on, and that's very annoying. Or from the other one you would get from that same question, things about the cats. You'd never get a yes or a no. Well, this, that, and the other, and other things going on with the rain. Everything having to do with rain or water that ever happened. And then you get an answer finally, and you have to extrapolate, and then you'd have to hear about cats again. So I've learned to not ask them anymore rhetorical questions. Don't think out loud. Just keep it to yourself. Keep it under your hat, and that's about it. It's very hard, and it's lonely also. I don't have a dizzying intellect, but I used to be pretty smart. I used to be pretty bright. I'm not as smart as I was after this whole MS thing. It did something to my brain. It's never quite been quantified to me what happened there, but I don't think the same way, and I forget things more easily, and it's not just age. There's something else going on. I think I'm also being bombarded with stimulus from them all of the time. At least it's positive now. It's not negative. I've made peace with both of them over a long period of time. Part of it is getting Cindy's influence out of things, because Cindy influenced Danny against me, even though I was trying to help Danny. And Cindy kept, she's more of an adult than you, to telling Danny that I'm not an adult because I don't have my own children. And meanwhile, I'm helping them both because I separated them, because in Cindy's house, things couldn't, Danny and Derek were not safe, especially Derek. But Danny didn't have a key to the damn house up there because Tim said so, and Cindy didn't do anything about it. So she's just a false bitch a lot of times, my God. But anyway, just think about that and the toll that people have paid because she divides people constantly with her reckless mouth. That's the nicest way to put it. A reckless mouth. Razor mouth. Scissor mouth. Always sawing at somebody. Always poking. So anyway, like her shit doesn't stink. She doesn't realize that other people have always given her a wide berth. Well, because if this happened and that happened to her, she's been a victim in some way, or we're trying to be polite when she says, she'll say whatever she wants to say because she's blunt, because she's a Virgo, and she's very, very critical and very proud of that. Meanwhile, everyone else has always held their tongue. No more. No more of that. I'm not just taking it anymore. She'll have to either get it back and learn not to do it, or if she doesn't want to learn, then when she's around, answer her back. It's like, you're full of shit. Bullshit. La-di-da. So anyway, it should be interesting the next time I see her. I don't want anybody who tells me that I need to compromise is full of shit. I've compromised my entire life with her, and I'm not doing it anymore for Lucinda. It's just toxic what she does. She's kind of these people. I've always met people like this, and I've never handled it correctly. And I realize now I haven't, because I've always handled her. She was the first person in my life who was like a bully like this, and I never handled her. And so I need to handle her. And then when I meet those other bullies again, I won't have to deal with it. But I've always done it so that I'm the polite one, that I back down. They see it as weakness because they're animals and they're savages. And so you just have to be horrible with them, because they'll never like you. They never like you, no matter what you do. So I might as well give them a reason not to like me, and especially her. I don't care if I never talk to her again. It's never been productive. You can't even speak about anything intellectual with her because she starts lecturing you. So anyway, that's it for today. Friday the 13th, over and out.